but we've all seen situations where Swordcraft just kind of blows away opponents.
Right. But have we seen that today? Is that kind of like the flavor of the decks that we've seen?
Yeah. Is that the color in the air?
Right. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'm predicting that Sword is going to lose against Dragon today because of the deck composition. I don't like Mentor's teaching in this tournament with the decks that we see. I would much rather like to see a Fangblade Slayer for that two options of 2 cards, but we'll see how it serves Shugo in this matchup, the first game of the finals of the 9th week of the NGE Shadowverse Open against FivePawns Shadow deck.
And here we are at the mulligan now. This is going to dictate a lot of the pace of the game, I feel.
Very true. Very true. And there's not really a 1-drop from either player. So both of them satisfied to end their turn knowing that their opponent hasn't dropped something out that can feel really scary if you don't have a 1-drop and your opponent does. But the draw is pretty even, I'd say. FivePawns sitting with 2 Lyrial Archers and a Soul Conversion and double Ector as well. So not a lot of variance, not a lot of diversity in his hand, but Shugo, he's got the Floral Fencer, the Luminous Mage, and the Tsubaki. And the Maid Leader, he's got plenty of a diverse set of choices to play with.
Absolutely. I think playing the Maid Leader in this scenario would be nice, but problem being is the Maid Leader is a 1/1, and it's essentially useless on the board. You already have a turn 5 play, so that's kind of nice. The Maid Leader can be put off to another moment.
Right. The Maid Leader is great if you can play it on, if you're going first, for example, and your opponent doesn't have a 1-drop, and you can play it, and before your opponent has a follow that's being able to attack into it. But with the Lyrial Archer already on board, being able to trade right into the Maid Leader, I think summoning your own Lyrial Archer is the right choice. And with triple Lyrial Archers, I'm going to be saying that phrase a lot.
I need to get my eyes checked. I feel like this pink-haired, twin-tailed bow and arrow wielding girl is starting to get a little too common on the screen.
Very true. There is a Grimnir in the hand of Shugo. We'll see if he plays that card that turn. I think that's the play. I mean, he could want to play the Maid Leader to try to get maybe an Albert in his hand or another Luminous Mage, for example. Oh man, but just drawing into Zombie Party, that's crucial. That's going to be able to take out the Grimnir right on this turn. But there is Orthrus as well. I like the Zombie Party over the Orthrus because of what the board is looking like currently. We're able to destroy the Grimnir and then go for another 2 damage for face with the Lyrial Archer as well.
It's so important, that extra point of health.
And then you save the Orthrus for another turn. You do get rid of the Zombie Party, so you don't have it on turn 7 unless you draw another one for the enhanced effect. But we'll see what Shugo does to answer this.
I think the thing that's concerning for Shadowcraft right now is that you don't have, and I like that he used the Soul Conversion, because you don't have any Skeleton generation.
Right.
I mean, you don't have very much Shadow generation.
He gave him that 4 shadows he needed so that if Shugo were to play, let's say, a Floral Fencer on turn 4, Evolved, which is the most popular play for this Swordcraft mid-range deck, it gives Soul Squasher that target. And he's able to draw. So the Floral Fencer is not going to be able to evolve and trade in and try to get some value.
I believe in the double Maid Leader. Damn it.
As soon as you said that. Double Maid Leader. Not today. Not today.
The value of double Maid Leader is insane.
That's pretty good, especially when you're gaining tempo from it, when there's not followers you have to answer for.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Soul Squasher's getting good value here, right?
Yeah.
Especially with a Skull Beast that's still able to evolve and trade.
Back to 0 shadows. The Skull Beast will recoup a little bit of that.
Very true. Very, very true.
But it's still not really a situation where Shugo finds himself being able to swing in at all.
Yeah, and with a quick blader draw, kind of difficult. It's not going to be able to trade into the Skull Beast, but he is sitting on another Floral Fencer, another opportunity he has to gain a massive board following with a quick blader as well on turn 5. He's got that option, or he's got Luminous Mage as well to be able to trade into the Skull Beast. I like that option as well. You're getting to save another Evolve Orb is absolutely crucial, but it's going to be the Floral Fencer.
It won't be long now.
And being at 5 defense here. Okay, and I like that he opted to trade that way. You just want to make sure to keep the Floral Fencer above 2.
Yeah, above 2 makes it
just a little bit more durable.
Right. It's still with 3 health. It's a target for Zombie Party. But with 2 health, it's a target for Orthrus.
Yeah, and Coco and Meaty.
Yep, very true, very true. Very, very true.
Want to play?
So FivePawns more than happy to trade a Cerberus here and possibly spend the Coco here to take out the Steel-clad Knight.
I wonder if he's so concerned about it, or if he wants to use that for some kind of far-reaching lethal. He does have Phantom Howl in hand.
And Ector as well next turn.
He has a lot of tools. Phantom Howl, Orthrus. There's many ways to buff up your damage here.
Right, but the Cerberus is not going to live next turn. He's going to be able to trade the Knight into that easy. That's an easy decision. Or possibly Tsubaki. So, I mean, that's not going to live. Cerberus is going away. And with so few cards in a mid-range Shadow deck that have 5 attack, I mean, it feels so good to finally get that value from Tsubaki when there's so few options to use that card.
Yes, absolutely. The question is, Luminous Mage could give you... I think that Tsubaki is a nice play just because you know you can board clear with that Knight.
Sorry, gotta go.
Or the Alwidas, rather.
Getting that 3 damage there and the ward. Really nice. There is an Ector play possible for FivePawns. He'd only get 1 zombie, however.
Doesn't feel good just because you don't even have an evolution orb in that.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. It's difficult. It's real difficult.
And even just dropping the Orthrus is not really that nice either. I mean, this is probably one of the
one of the most wet noodle Ector
extras that we've seen.
Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah. It's probably one of the most. And you still got the Tsubaki as well.
I might as well. You know, like that's probably what was going through his mind.
And that kind of drained a lot of his shadows.
It did. He killing the zombie gets 1 shadow, but spending 3 shadows just for that trade to take out the pirate, it's hard to say that if it was worth it. And again, you're just giving Tsubaki a target, and the Viking is able to trade again.
Here comes a Blade of Resentment.
And then you've got another Alwida's next turn with the ambush Tsubaki attacking for sure. This is massive. 2 Mage Leaders, of course. Don't forget those. Could definitely draw an Albert. He's getting to turn 9. He's getting closer.
You can still have the Luminous Mage.
Yep.
And that's going to give you Evolve Pressure. Let you swing for 9 damage. And then evolve again next turn, regardless of if the mage lives.
Very, very true. So if you do decide
that would be lethal, right?
Yep.
If you Luminous Mage, evolve Knight, 9 damage. Then on the next turn, whatever happens, you play Alwida's evolve the Pirate. It does 5.
So possibly devastating turns from Shugo. If he's able to get the Mage Leader and takes up the Albert. But even if it doesn't take the Albert, if it takes a Luminous Mage, it's not the worst thing in the world. He's still sitting pretty, I'd say.
Thinking.
Gosh, hits the Viking. Not too bad.
So why didn't he play the Grimnar first?
That is a great question. Still would have got the buffs, so I guess a slight misplay there, but that's okay. He still has the 3 defensive ward.
It's interesting. I think maybe he was waiting for play points in case the Orthrus took down or hit the Tsubaki. I don't know.
That's possible.
There might have been some consideration for like.
Right.
But we'll never know. Okay, so the situation's not going to go as planned. Luminous Mage is going to evolve itself, take down the ward. The Tsubaki going to come out of hiding.
He was able to get the perfect 10 health on FivePawns. So now an evolved Albert next turn, setting up lethal. There's no wards, there's no Death's Breath. there's not enough damage that FivePawns has. Shugo is going to be able to take this game.
Albert is pretty dangerous here. Soul Convert.
There is Soul Conversion. Could Soul Conversion for a Death's Breath? That's honestly his only option to survive. It really is.
Hit the main leader and Soul Convert. Do it. Against turn 9 at 10 health against a Swordcraft player is always going to be a stressful moment.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when maid leaders have been played and already 2 Luminous Mages have been played.
And even when you've got the Shadows and you've got Coco, the Shadows to spend on Phantom Howl, you weren't able to put your opponent in the position to really finish off the game.
Uh-oh. How are you going to Soul Convert it? You're going to have to play the Conjurer and Soul Convert it?
Take up my
As the
shield.
play point. Okay. He's going to Soul Convert one of the zombies after swinging. That's a good choice.
But even then, like, it's
But he doesn't have enough play points to...
I won't lose again.
Yeah. It's still
there it is.
not enough. There it is. Yep.
And of course, FivePawns has no knowledge of
Right.
what the cards are, so
Right.
he may not have known the urgency there.
Right. You've got to know, though, by turn 9 with maid leaders coming out like that, especially what a high priority draw that Albert can be, you've got to know that it could possibly be in your opponent's hand. But now we're not going to see the Shadow into a dragon matchup. Or excuse me, we're not going to see the sword deck into the dragon matchup.
Yeah. It's just going to be FivePawns' alternate deck here, the Shadowcraft deck, which Shadowcraft is, you know, especially in the mirror match, by Aya's predictions, he may be the prophet of Shadowverse Open number 9. Number 9, sorry.
Number 9.
Number 9. And they're jumping right into it. Here it goes. FivePawns versus Shugo.
It's going to be the shadow on shadow matchup. We've seen this happen a number of ways. Either both players come to exactly the cards they want. Very similar draws. It's essentially the same deck aside from a few differences. And it could become a very fast-paced game with both players swinging for face damage like at every single turn, because when you both have like the Bone Chimeras and the Orthrus is bumping up your damage, it feels really good just to swing for that massive amount of damage.
Yeah.
Or it could go the other way of both players trying to really build up the shadows they need to earn the advantages for Phantom Howls and Cerberus finishes, and it could become a really slow-paced game. So we'll see how it plays out with the draws that we're looking at.
All right, turn 2 is not great for Shugo in this scenario.
Definitely do not want to spend the Shadow Reaper like right on turn 2.
All right, turn 3. There's still nothing. There's still nothing. I mean, double Shadow Reapers is great, but he has no followers on board to take advantage of it. Meanwhile, he's about to get 3. He's about to take 3 damage.
Right. Next turn, yeah, with no Grimnir in sight. Grimnir is an absolute staple for a 3-drop, having that 3 ward and being able to take out the possible of a 1-drop and a 2-drop that your opponent summoned the turn before. If you go first, it's absolutely massive, but that's 3 damage right on board that Shugo's not going to be able to heal back.
Man, and this is a scenario where you have all the late game options. Death's Breath, you got Cerberus, you got Ector, and even the 2 Shadow Reapers are kind of late game options as well. You've got nothing to support it.
He's going to have to Orthrus, and it takes out the Skull Beast.
And there goes 1 Shadow Reaper. That was the one that didn't quite make it.
No.
It went to the gym and it just realized, actually, I just want to stay home and play games.
Yep, like all of us.
Yeah.
We salute you.
We salute you, Shadow Reaper. You understand.
And for that, we
it's
thank
not
you.
all about the gains.
And choosing to get rid of both of the Skull Beasts. I like that play. You've seen that Shugo was kind of forced to trade such a high value card, the Shadow Reaper, into a Soul Squasher.
He must be low on options.
He must be low on options. But is he? He's got the Cerberus evolved this turn.
Was it a bluff?
Was it a bluff? Da, 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 da. You've been dead for 40 years.
What?
What?
We're having too much fun. That's not allowed.
Fun is never allowed in esports. What are you talking about? Cerberus evolved. Love that play. Getting Coco and Mimi, and he's got the Ector, he's got the Death's Breath next turn as well. He's going to be building up the options, but is the board that FivePawns has going to be too much, especially with his own Cerberus coming up next turn as well?
Oh, God.
He's going to be able to trade the Skull Beast and the Bone Chimera into Cerberus, buffing up the Shadow Reaper even more. Oh my gosh, this is... FivePawns could run away with this in a snap. I think he is. That's exactly what we're seeing.
Oh, God, and he's installed his own Cerberus as well. A
But-
4-damage Shadow Reaper.
But that could be it. He's only got Grimnir on turn 6 next, and Lyrial Archer that could ping for 1, and there's... Oh, the Zombie Party. Not enough damage to take out the Shadow Reaper.
I don't think Shugo has enough protection in this scenario.
No, he's going to have to Death's Breath evolve and then take out the Shadow Reaper, but that's still just more damage that he's going to be taking next turn. FivePawns could...
Well, even if he does, you've got the 3, 4, 5, 7, 11. You're dead.
Yeah.
If you only take out the Shadow Reaper, you're dead.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be game. FivePawns is going to take it with that decision right there to play the Phantom Howl. Well, no, is it?
No,
He's
no,
gonna-
no,
he's
no.
gonna
He
be
can
able
trade
to,
in
yeah, he's gonna
skeletons
trade in
and stuff.
skeletons.
Yeah. In fact, he can take down servers too. Not quite. Not quite.
Not quite, but there's still
But it's just a
tempo in
turn.
favor of FivePawns.
Yeah, I mean, it was an entire turn spent clearing the board and gaining nothing on board for it. And you just dumped your shadows again.
Right. Yeah, that's the key thing. Spinning those shadows there was huge. Because now on turn 7, you can't even summon a zombie. You only got 2 shadows.
Yep. The skeleton went on a journey. He passed through many bonfires, and now he's geared up.
You do have the zombie party and an evolve orb to clear the board. Zombie party would be able to take out the skeleton. I think, oh man, I really love that play. Especially when you get to still have 3 followers, 1 at 4-2, the other 2 at 2-2. I really like that play. Giving yourself even more opportunities to gain shadows for a Death's Breath or an Ector in the following turns. Is there a way for FivePawns to come back from this? That's the question. He's got a zombie party of his
this
own.
top deck could... Okay, nope.
He's got a Death's Breath. That's great, being able to evolve one of the zombies, trade into the other evolved zombie, and it's still left with 1 health and ward.
This does mean that an Ector turn will be pretty big.
Right.
Okay, well, this is a more efficient way of doing it. And I like how FivePawns is respecting the board state.
Right. Yeah. Especially when we're in those turns where the Ectors and the Cocos and the Mimis are going to be coming out. Ooh, Soul Squasher, but Ector. Soul Squasher, Ector. Ector, Soul Squasher.
I think Ector's the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Even though it's the last Evolve Orb spent by FivePawns, last opportunity for Soul Squasher to use its ability.
He would love to have a little bit more on the Shadow's end here.
Right, absolutely.
But he would like to play the Ector before he does that. And he's going to choose not to.
So version his own zombie to get some more options, and still has enough play orbs to summon his own Ector, being able to trade in and take out those zombies.
All right, so Coco and Mimi, if there's a top deck for Coco and Mimi, the game's over. Okay,
The real Archer?
He lives again. He lives another day, and there's no more Evolve.
Oh my goodness.
But
Shugo, is he going to be able to build up the shadows to get a Death's Breath?
I don't think there's... Okay, there's Coco and Mimi, but then you won't have enough play points.
Yeah, he could trade into... Oh my goodness.
I don't think there's no way.
Yeah,
I don't think there's
He's
a
going
way.
to be able to trade into the zombie with ward, Coco, the 1 zombie, and then that's it. He doesn't have enough shadows. That's going to be Shugo tapping out.
Yeah, that early game was just about the worst hand that I've seen in a long time. Shugo had no options.
Right.
The only drop he had on turn 2 was Shadow Reaper. The only drop he had on turn 3 was Shadow Reaper. I don't even remember what he had on turn 4, but it was it was not great, right? And 3 turns in a row of just FivePawns just laying the smackdown on.
Right.
Especially going second, you're so strong because not only do you have the board and tempo advantage, but you also have the evolution orbs in your hand
He
too.
was able to come back for a little bit, but FivePawns was able to really close out the game in spectacular fashion there, bringing it to 1-1 in the finals of the NGE Shadowverse Open Week 9. It's going to be Dragon on Shadow, the battle of the ages, the 2 most dominant archetypes that we've seen in the tournament so far across all of these 9
Oh my
weeks.
god, what a hand. Double Ouroboros and Israfil. Get rid of all that. Ugh,
Oh,
God.
Oh, I just like threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, Luriel's there.
Lariel's there, but I mean, compared to this hand from Shugo, 1, 2, 3. That is, oh man, that's absolutely perfect.
Skip, a hop, and a jump away for each of these players to take the tournament win here. They're tied up 1-1.
We'll see if FivePawns is able to come and get the options that he needs to ramp up, to heal up, to survive until he's able to play the Genesis Dragon and the Sahak Wheel and the Zeus that he has in his hand as well, because Shugo is laying on the pressure. He's got the hand. He's going for damage.
The Salamander is going to be an interesting card for this scenario.
He could clear the board here, trade the Liriel into Skull Beast, and then Breath of Salamander, the Conjurer. But that's one high-value card that you would want to have for board clear in the later stages of the game that you won't have. But I mean, because of the way the tempo is in favor of Shugo, you've got to spend those 2 points. You've got to get rid of that card to earn yourself a living in this game. To get some board presence and also some damage as well. Keeping the Lirial Archer on the field ensures that Shugo's going to have to trade into it.
Yep.
And with Tenacious Ghost coming up next turn, possibly Ector even. But I like, because he's got Orthrus in his hand, I like playing the Tenacious Ghost because it can't be targeted. It guarantees that you're going to have a follower on board to be able to be buffed up by Orthrus. When you're going second, and you can evolve the Orthrus and trade into whatever war that they've got, whether that's if that's a Grimnir, possibly.
And we're talking about all this like 2 health compared to 3 health too, and Breath of the Salamander is another one of that.
Right.
Tenacious Ghost can't be targeted by Breath of the Salamander because it's an ambush, and so the only way you can hit it with is with the enhance effect. And since it only does 2, the Ghost survives. He's gonna commit the Breath here on Grimnir.
And that's going to be...
That's an expensive turn.
It's a very expensive turn, and it clears the board, giving Shugo more opportunity to play the followers he needs. But Shugo doesn't have any followers on board. He's not going to be able to Orthrus. He's going to have to Tenacious Ghost and probably call that a day for the turn, turning the turn over to FivePawns where he's got Draconic Fervor. He's going to be able to heal up for that 3 health, mitigating all the damage that Shugo's been able to do this turn.
And Shugo committed quite a few cards to that.
Yeah, FivePawns is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. He can make it. He can make it to the late game, even though there is still the Cerberus and the Death's Breath in the hand of Shugo as well.
I actually like that. You evolve, it makes it easier for you to convert. Oh, God, these draws are... God, what is this?
Goodness.
Well, he's certainly going to win the late game if he ever gets there.
If
There's
he
about
ever gets
2
there.
more turns that Shugo has to play and make something big happen. So, and that's why I like that evolve.
He's got 6 damage from the Orthrus this turn. If he wants to do that, just bring that up to 6-5.
Is Cerberus the play here?
Cerberus would be great.
Shugo has to be wondering what FivePawns do. There's no way that Shugo knows exactly how disgusting this hand is on FivePawns' side.
Yeah, FivePawns has been able to stay alive in spectacular fashion. I mean, he's still at 20 health, despite how aggressive Shugo has been.
You're going to evolve the Cerberus, that's my question.
Either way, he knows he's
That's
not
a smart choice.
target for Breath of the Salamander if that's coming out. I like the Sybil
You
draw.
can Sybil and pump for the double, and that's going to put Shugo in a very awkward spot.
Yep. If FivePawns being able to ramp twice this turn, he's going to be at turn 10 next turn. Oh my goodness, that is... Golly, that's absolutely massive. And with 2 Bahamut's, a Zeus, and a Genesis Dragon. Oh my gosh, FivePawns has done it. He's made it to the late game. Not just the late game, but he's made it to turn 10 before Shugo is on turn 6. That is disgusting. That is crazy. And he's still at 19 health. Oh my gosh, I don't think Shugo knows what's about to hit him. He's about to get hit in the face with a train. And that train's name is Bahamut.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What do you do?
Oh no. He's thinking, oh well, I've got Death's Breath. Nope. No you don't, Bahamut. Oh, I've got no you don't, Bahamut. Golly.
And then Zeus and Genesis Dragon as well. He literally does not have to look at what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Just one card each turn. That's the goal of Dragoncraft, to make those plays happen.
All right, and he's probably going to use Mimi.
Yep, not a bad choice, yep. Being able to bring that down to 2, so it's a perfect target. Coco and Mimi. He's gonna
I
trade
feel like Shugo knows that he needs to go fast here.
Yep, absolutely. He knows next turn's turn 10. He knows it. He knows he's in a real
How much
tight
more
spot
Storm
right
are you
now.
going to have? All right.
Would you commit Bahamut to this or Zeus? That's
I would
the
probably
question.
do the Bahamut first.
Mm.
Because then you clear out the board, you threaten the swing, and you can do Bahamut Genesis Dragon if they can't answer.
Right.
And close out the game.
Very true. There is the Death's Breath option, but there is also the other Bahamut option.
Oh, too little too late, buddy. The Shadow Reaper shows up, says, "What's up, guys?" And everybody's just shaking their head.
Everyone's already dead.
Actually,
all
nobody on
skeletons.
Shugo's side, they're starting to realize now, oh
Mhm.
god, he's on 10 flips when they didn't play anything else.
Right.
Like, there must be some stuff in his hand.
Does he have the, no, he'd have to have 4 zombies to take out the Bahamut. 3 zombies, so even that's only 12. He does have an Evolve Orb as well. He wanted to evolve the Ector just to try to get rid of the Bahamut. That's a lot of
He needs
resources.
to spend a lot of resources, and the kicker is, FivePawns got another one.
That's the thing. It takes a lot of resources to get rid of one card from FivePawns' hands, and FivePawns has another one.
Oh, man. Tempest of the Gods was really the rise of Bahamut.
Yep. It's a rise of Bahamut all over again. I'm
Right.
going to have nightmares tonight.
Oh, God.
From this deck, from this game.
Okay.
That's something you could do.
That's just like taking a spitball.
But what's interesting is that Bahamut can't trade into the followers, but he also
Yeah.
can't go for face damage. So,
So
yeah,
it needs to be the Genesis Dragon or something like that.
maybe even the Zeus just to have, like, Ward and
Yes.
Bane. Like, just to cover all your bases.
Yeah.
You're already at 11 health.
Oh, boy. Okay. Show me the money.
Another Cerberus. Goodness gracious. Don't think that's. I still don't think that's enough. You've got the shadows.
Ector will flood the board
Right, but you have
and
to.
give you a few swings here, possibly.
And that's enough to take out the Zeus with the tenacious
You get
ghost.
4 damage with Ector, or you get 6 damage with Ector. Possibly 8.
And then, well, yeah, because you're able to buff up the Shadow
Well,
Reaper.
does your Shadow Reaper need to swing? Is he? Hold on. Wait, we have to do the math right now. 2 zombies. Oh, the board space does not allow for it. If he had gotten a 3rd zombie, then this would be a very different story.
Right.
But unfortunately, he has to wait. If you, oh yes, of course, you can use that there.
Wow! Holy crap!
I was thinking all along how, oh my god! Talk about Shadowcraft!
In the finals. Talk about Shadowcraft in the finals, man. Oh my gosh, FivePawns
You
is
just
the one
have
who
to
got
push
hit in the
through-
face with the truck.
And you-
Golly.
The Tenacious Ghost, and we were talking about today.